While I was taking a whiz, I was having a think about some questions to ask you, and the main one that I wanted to ask is, you and Iluna are comparatively relatively new to the landscape of NIJISANJI, and you guys have been, you know, sort of dropped in at the deep end. NIJISANJI was big to begin with. Luxium came in and made it even bigger, and now it's like there's a lot of stuff going on, and you guys sort of got put in, and now you're a part of this ecosystem. How have you personally been finding it? You know, what are some of the pitfalls, hang-ups you have? What have you been enjoying? What have you not been enjoying? Just tell me about your experiences, and if there's anything that you'd like to, you know, share with the class.
You know, like in general, like it's been great. Like the streaming part is my favorite. Like I love streaming. Like it feels like that's the funnest part, is the actual streaming. But you know, the struggle of figuring out what to do every week, and probably just knowing that you're not gonna make everyone happy.
I'm so glad you said that. It's one of the hardest parts about the job, to be honest. It's really difficult to sort of be yourself, and then to see, because I think everyone gets hate to a certain degree. I mean, obviously, you know. Yeah, and it's difficult to sort of...
It felt like it was right as soon as we entered the door, kind of, and it's a lot. But...
It can be really difficult, but at the same time, there's so much that you can do, I think, to just... What am I trying to say? There's so much that you can do to differentiate yourself and to make your own content something that makes you happy as well. And it can be difficult, I guess, when there are so many eyes on you. But I think one of the main ways, at least that I've learned, to get really good at making content without worrying about all of the criticism is to just make what you love without looking at what people say, you know? And,
yeah.
I mean, remind me, what are your fans called? What do you call your fans?
The Scarlings.
The Scarlings. Pay attention to what the Scarlings say, because they're the ones that matter. You know, it can be so easy to fall into this trap where you see things that critics from other fandoms or from across the world will say about you, and the Scarlings, they're the ones that give you support. They're the ones that love you. They're the ones that support you. And I think that by listening to what they love about you and by following that, I think that you'll be okay, even if you do get criticism from other places, you know? It can be difficult, but finding a balance is so important, and it's something that you need to do, stuff that both you love and that your fans love at the same time, you know? So it's an interesting balance to find, but as long as you understand what people love you for and you keep being yourself, then I don't think that you really have much to worry about, you know?
Oh, senpai, that makes me... Thank you, that means a lot. And, like, I know, like, for you and Luxium, it's like the bigger numbers, the more eyes on you. I bet it's, like, a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So, that means a lot. Thank you.
I don't think anyone from Luxium was really ready for, like, the amount of success that we had, like right out of the gate. It was like... I mean, it wasn't a blow up from the beginning. I mean, we were still fairly small time, like, right as we began. Not small time compared to NIJIEN, but small time relatively, and then over time it just sort of started getting more and more and more and more, and it was really wacky, like how big we got, and I don't think any of us were really ready for it. I don't think anyone in NIJIEN, like especially Luxium, was really ready for that. So I don't know. I guess as becoming a senpai now, which is really weird because like 6 to 8 months ago I was not a senpai. I was a brand new, like, fresh babyface kohai. Like you are now. The best thing that I can do is try to, like, make sure that everyone else is ready for what comes next, you know, because it can be difficult sometimes, but it's also worth all the good, you know?
Yeah, and you and the rest of NIJIEN have done that perfectly. Y'all have made us feel so comfortable, so at home, and y'all talk about the good and the bad, and we definitely feel more prepared than we would have without you guys.
That makes me pleased. I'm really glad that you feel like you're comfortable and at home here.
Yeah, it really is like a big family here. That's okay.
I'm not much of a talk show host at the moment. I'm just sort of feeling happy, soft, very intoxicated. Let me try and find another question to ask you. Hold on.